Welcome to Blogging for Profits. I want to talk to you about how to run a perfect business. My name is Angela Brooks, and you can learn more about me at angelabrook.com. I have been in network marketing and online business since 2010. I have some good news and I have some bad news. There's no such thing as a perfect business. And there's no such thing as a done for you or a completed business. There's not even a light at the end of the tunnel where you stop learning and everything flows by itself. Now, if that just disappointed you, you may not be a true blue entrepreneur, because if you're an entrepreneur, you hear me and you're shaking your head going, yep, you got that right. And it is sometimes frustrating that there is not an end to the end of the tunnel. You are going to learn something new always. Absolutely, always. The market is constantly changing. There are always new tools. There's new ways to do video. There's new ways to do social marketing. There's a new platform that's bigger, better, and greater almost every year. But the ones that are packing the most punch are Facebook and LinkedIn. And most people are on Facebook, but they're going, I don't know about that LinkedIn thing. And I totally get it, because I didn't either. It didn't make any sense to me. It was not fun. I got no engagement. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. And then I was invited out to San Diego, California to speak on Tom Challen's stage, and was introduced to a fella that completely changed the way I looked at LinkedIn as a market space. And not only did he change my mind, he showed me some things that I got instant, and I do mean instant, results. And I know I've got a following where some people don't. However, this has nothing to do with that at all. So when people are looking for a perfect business and they're going, but I've got to wait till my blog is pretty. I'm not a good writer. I've got to wait and work on that some more. I've got to hurry up and wait until my kids get out of the house because it's not quiet. Well, hello, they're doing remodeling in my house right now. And I told them, hey, I'm getting ready to do a recording. Can you not hammer on the wall for about 10 minutes? And they do. And I come in here, I do a recording, and I post it. If you hear my dog barking, oh well. If you hear remodeling in the background, oh well. And if my kid knocks on the door and wants to know if there's any more coffee in the cupboard, oh well. I am a real life person, and so are you. If you're waiting for life to be quiet or be perfectly in line for you to do your business, you're going to be waiting a long time. And something that I learned this month that struck me in my forehead so strong that it made me throw everything out the window and shift what I was doing in my business is a family member of mine had an intense surgery. Most people, I mean, the success rate of it just to come out of surgery alone was incredible. First of all, he had lost every ounce of his own personal made blood in his body because this thing was growing and it was absorbing all of his blood like a sponge. And so he was constantly getting blood, and they finally discovered that he had this thing the size of a baby. And, they told him your success rate, we're going to take your kidney, we're going to take your spleen, we got to take this thing out. They gutted him like a deer. That's a Southern term if you don't know what that means. I am in Kentucky where there's lots of deer hunting. That grosses you out. Fast forward. Don't send me a message. But the reality of that is his children were not sure they were going to sit with him during surgery because of their jobs. Their jobs were something that kept them from being with him at the hospital. They would have to go work a couple of days and then they'd come sit at the hospital. They'd go work a couple of days. And that's where my business became very real to me, is because I could sit there for 10 days and I'm still going to get paid with a check because of the residual money that I've got coming in from the work that I've done that was not perfect. I hate to tell you, I'm not sure that there's ever such thing as a perfect business. So if that's what you're waiting on, you're you're not going to be successful. What his stay in the hospital taught me was that I have that set up in my life. I can travel where I want to. I can do business from my phone. It's not looking pretty. I don't say all the right words. I don't prospect somebody with the exact perfect phrase. I say stupid stuff and it works. I say things like, "What? Are you kidding me? That's awesome. Let's rock this." I don't say all the perfect things. And sometimes I'm like, "Oh my God, did you really just say that?" But it works because people relate to real. I'm getting ready. Actually, I'm already prepared. I'm not getting ready. I'm prepared to do 3 videos that's going to go into a ClickFunnels marketing platform that I am releasing hopefully at the end of this month if we can get everything in order. I think it's getting pretty close to lined up. And of course, last week it was really loud in my house. There was no way I could do a recording because it sounded like they was ripping all the walls out. But I was worried about, what am I going to wear? What is my hair going to look like? I need somebody to do my makeup. Oh, they're 3-minute videos, okay? 3-minute. And so I was overthinking what they needed to look like, what I needed to say, and I need to flip the camera literally from my phone. I'm not going to do it from a professional setting. I'm going to hold my phone, do the 3-minute video, and I'm going to send it to my tech girl and let her do the videos. Number one, I'm not worried about if my hair's perfect. I want you to hear my message. I'm not worried if I have the right color. If can you see my nails? What's in my background? If you don't like what's in the background, focus on my message so that you hear what I'm saying. I'm not going to worry about perfection because this is not a perfect world. And I have a short time here on this earth, as I've been proven over and over, as there's been many people in my life that have transitioned at a very young age to, to their next life. And I don't want to waste my time trying to be perfect because it's not going to happen for me. I am much better than I used to be, and I'm going to be better in the future. But right now, I have a message that probably you need to know. And if I waste my time on hair, makeup, settings, 1, 2, 3, ready, go, then I'm wasting time that somebody may miss because they're in a hurry, or they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen to me, in my opinion, when you're in a professional setting, because they'll go, "I can't do that." I want my marketing to be so real that when you look at me and when you hear my voice, you're going, "I can do that because I'm like her." That's kind of like that. Me too. That's the effect that I want my marketing to have. And I ought to call it the Me Too marketing, because that's really what I want, is when somebody hears my voice, they can relate to me to the point that they can flip the camera and go, "Let me tell you this. I just had this thought. I wanted you to know." Because last night I had the honor and the privilege. I was so excited that I was asked to teach in a top level elite marketing mastermind. I don't know about you, but that's not something that comes around very often. And of course, this was with Ray Higdon, and I worked with Ray for 3 years, and I'm a TEC graduate. Absolutely fabulous community. And when they asked me to speak to my fellow TECers, I was like, the only answer was yes. But when I was first asked, my first thought was, okay, I'm stressed over this family member who's been really sick. Oh my gosh, that's the same day that they're doing remodeling in my bathroom. I can't do it this week. Let's just put it off. and wonder if the next week they didn't want me to speak and they're like, oh, we got somebody to fill your spot. Then I would have missed that opportunity. So what did I do? I go into my remodel guys and I say, hey, I got a webinar that it's going to be on a recording. Please no hammering for 10 minutes. And they're like, okay. And they turned the radio down. They did not hammer on the walls. They did what they needed to do. My husband and my son were out on the back deck grilling for supper. I had everything ready for them just to go throw it on the grill. My youngest was in his room doing his video games or whatever he does. And I came in here and talked to an elite group of people that pay a lot of money to be in that mastermind. And I had all of that going on around me in my background. So what I hope to encourage you today is stop looking to be perfect. Stop trying to run your business like it's gonna even be possibly someday maybe perfect, because it won't. You're not going to say the right things to your prospects, but you're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person, because they're going to hear your message. They're going to relate to you where you are. I can teach you how to generate leads. I can teach you how to blog. I can teach you how to do a podcast. But if you don't do the work, it makes no difference what I taught you. You can go to every event that comes into the network marketing space and beyond, take copious amounts of notes, but if you do not check off even one of those notes off of your notepad, that it's done, that you did the work, it makes no difference. Those notes are useless. And as Ray Higdon always says, your notes are unsigned checks. So I don't know about you, but I don't throw checks in the trash. Never have. If I did, it was an accident. I take them bad boys to the bank. I want to be paid for my notes. So you turn them into content, into products, and that's a whole another podcast. But what I want you to hear from me today is running a perfect business is not possible. Running a life that's perfect is not possible. So if that's something you're waiting for, you're losing tread, you're wasting time helping somebody that needs you. And I'm 53. It's half of my life. As far as I know, most people live, 80, 90, 100. I have a message that somebody needs to hear. So, I hope you'll accept my apology. But after today, there's no more perfection. I just want to get the message to you so that you can go to work, put it in place, and become successful at whatever it is that you are supposed to do. My name is Angela Brooks. This is Blogging for Profits. And I hope that whatever platform that you're on, that you will leave me a comment. You will, if nothing else, come to Facebook, leave me a message. Come over to LinkedIn and find me. Leave me a message. Send me an email. You can find me at angelabrook.com. You have an amazing day, and I will see you on the next podcast.